It appears that he's doing what he needs to do and learning from, but there's still things he's working on. So
That is correct, Your Honor.
clear.
Yes, sir. I just got promoted at work the other day.
Oh, good.
Congratulations. Where are you working now?
B-Dog.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So continue this out, let him keep working on
Yes.
things.
After July 10th, Your Honor, he has a felony case that he's
Okay.
going to set for trial July 10th.
We can do the 14th, that's that Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
July 14 for another pretrial at 10 o'clock.
All right, here you go, man. All right.
State of Ohio versus Christopher J. Blevins, case number CRB 2286, CRB 19439 A and B, PRC 21595 A and B.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Blevins is Mr. Stratton's case.
Report, Your Honor?
Yes, we have a report. Yes.
Help me with my brewing case of carpal tunnel.
Okay, I agree with this, and it says you're doing a good job at everything. You're gonna go from there to regional.
Yes.
For longer care, so I think that's appropriate.
This is for you.
So, it looks like you're on board.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you then July 14th. I think I just said something for you, Mr. Stratton, then.
Yes, that's fine, Your Honor.
All right.
July 14th.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Mr. Blevins.
Thank you,
You're on
sir.
the right track. Keep it up.
State of Ohio versus Cody Perky, case number CRB 23319.
All right, this is Mr. Scott's case. Mr. Perky's at the jail. This is on the docket of actually pre-trial.
That's correct, Your Honor. I've spoken with the state. Mr. Perky has a parole hearing on the 28th, and at that time, we'll really know more about this. State and I spoke. We've agreed to do a pretrial on July 3rd, just after that parole hearing, to see how to address this even further.
All right, Mr. Perky, could you hear that? Okay, I see you're speaking, but it's not coming through, so your microphone's on.
Why am I doing another continuous? Because I don't have to. Order comes up, everyone is reading the proof. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a continuance. You have a parole hearing on the 28th. That's outside of my scope. That's the PO. 28th in a couple of days. The very next day we can get here in front of this court is July 3rd, which is when I had it scheduled.
Not one time, so you just ain't take care of by the time I go to the road area, I'm going to the road 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying.
This is just all hearsay, there ain't nothing there anyway that.
As much as I wish that I could, I cannot control the court's decision or the state's.
You just heard one yesterday.
I can come to jail and get more specific with it. I will not discuss it further on the record.
Why don't we do this? I'll have Mr. Scott, we'll call down and discuss this off the record with you, then we can come back, and we could set it for a trial before his parole hearing if you want to do that. So let's let you and your lawyer talk, and we'll bring you back before the court after you've done that. So he'll call, if the jailer can keep him out where he's available for a telephone call. Okay, this case will be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Damian Fox, case number CRB 23307 A and B, Lawrence County Jail.
Now he's out now. He didn't get out.
He did not?
They did not release his parole.
Well, the hangup is with the adult parole, because everything else is in line, unless we don't have a monitor, but I understood everything else to be in line, and
We did have a monitor, I mean.
I spoke with the adult parole
They did not release it.
yesterday, and which was the second or third time this week, Judge, and they assured me he was going to be released to treatment pursuant to your bond.
I don't know why he's in jail, Your Honor. We have a monitor and the order was faxed down. I don't know what he's,
All right, I'll continue to let you sounds like you need to call adult, first check with the jail, make sure that's why they're holding him. It sounds like it is, but then you need to get with the parole authority and see if they are going to release their holder that they have. So Mr. Fox, apparently you're still in jail because the parole authority didn't release your holders.
I was supposed to get released. I told my parole officer 2 days ago, he come down here and he showed me release. Like I actually told him face to face, he came here and we were supposed to be released. And I guess he was saying that probation here has got a hold on you or whatever. Like, I don't know what he does. I was refused to go to the rehab. 2 weeks, I need to get to the rehab, like, because it's a mental thing, but I'm going to do.
I've already entered an order releasing you to treatment, but for whatever reason, we haven't been able to get you out of jail. Mr. Morford's going to try to get to the bottom of it today. Then we'll recall you later at the docket.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, that's all we have at the jail. We'll be coming back to you later once we get some of those other cases further researched.
State of Ohio versus Benjamin L. Shepherd, case number CRB 2324. Benjamin Shepherd, did not check in, Your Honor.
Whatever you do with it, I'm not going to follow.
Your Honor, let me see if you had any contact with Mom.
She's been here at every hearing, except for today.
He would have been here. She's
I'm sure I'm not here either. No, I didn't talk to her for today. She's been at every hearing.
Your Honor, this is kind of strange. We don't have the victim here or the defendant, which usually they come together, so.
Maybe they were together this morning someplace else.
I'm sure they are. So I think it might have been, both of them have forgot about this hearing and sort of probably told each other that there was no hearing this morning. Just ask 7 days before a warrant's issued.
Yes. Defendant has 7 days to appear.
Call his car anyway. He said he's gonna call him.
State of Ohio versus Joseph S. Cup, case number CRA 2159, GRC 202048, A, B, and C. Did not check in, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, discussed earlier today with Megan, she indicated that the QRT team has taken him, has looked at him and had him in treatment, but he's not here today. I'm not certain. Is she still here?
Megan's still here. The last report I had was from OVP. I don't know where he is now.
Wait, there's a JC on the screen. Is that him?
That's John Chapman.
Okay, well, I just saw the initials. You had him at OVP?
I did have him for OVP. I got one report from OVP saying that he was supposed to graduate on June 8th or 9th, I think. And I haven't heard from him, and I've requested more reports from OVP twice. I haven't received anything, so I'm not, if he is going to treatment somewhere else, I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out. It's just hard to anyone.
Well, I'll give him 7 days to get in before warrant.
If I speak to him, I'll advise him of that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I can go call him.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Terry Aldridge, case number CRB 23-304, and TRC 23-544, A and B.
Mr. Steiner's case.
All right. Your Honor, Mr. Alders was scheduled to be here Monday. He was unable to make it. I advised him to be here preferably today because I wasn't going to be here on Tuesday, and he made it in here. At this point, we just need to get a new date. I'll be back here as of the 30th, and any date after that would be fine. Obviously, this would be at our time would be counted against us due to the non-appearance on Monday.
July 3rd.
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
July 3rd will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Did you do an entry?
I didn't.
Right after I bragged on you too.
Sorry.
State of Ohio versus Sebastian Evans, case number CRB 23-349, A and B.
This is also Mr. Steyer's case set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, I have filed discovery in this matter. The state hasn't had time to get that together yet. We were here pretty quickly. So at this point, we would just ask to continue the matter to a date convenient to the court, and we would waive time constraints to accomplish that. I'll write down the date. And again, I'll be back after on the 30th.
Yeah, this is a fairly new case, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we just arraigned him last week.
Okay. How about July 14th?
Those numbers are pretty clearly written.
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
July 14th for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ryan Mount, case number CRB 19632, TRC 192270, A and B, TRC 202545, A, B, and C, and TRD 202139, A and B.
And Your Honor, we're here on pre-trials on review matters.
And how are things going?
Going good.
Maybe payment trying to community service or anything like that.
No, I'm still in Mended Reed.
Okay. He's at Mended Reeds. Are you inpatient?
Yes.
He's inpatient at Mended Reeds. Is there anyone from Mended Reeds here today?
Here he is.
Yes.
Okay, client is compliant. Facilitator says client is a leader in the house and a great client, so good job.
Thank you.
I think this time is gonna stick, right? We're gonna make it
Absolutely,
stick.
man. I'm too old for this.
Well, you're getting wise, let's not say old, you're getting wiser.
Absolutely.
You're getting wise.
Missing too much with my babies, man.
Comes with experience, some wisdom. Okay, let's keep it going the way you are. Good job. About a month out, Mr. Steyer?
Yes, that would be fine, Your Honor.
17th, July 17th.
At 10 a.m., Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Okay, good work, keep it up.
Thank you.
I didn't catch the date, Your Honor. I
July
apologize.
17th, does that work?
Let me make certain. I think it should be fine, but I have a couple of jury trials. Your Honor, I'm actually scheduled at 9 a.m. in Cabell County that day. I don't anticipate that it would necessarily go longer, but it's a situation similar to this where everyone's scheduled at 9, you just get called when the order you're called.
I'm very familiar with it.
I may or may not be able to be back over here at a reasonable time on the 17th, so,
We'll wait on you.
okay, that'd be fine then, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Olivia J. O'Brien, case number CRB 23247, CRB 2257.
Is there a Savannah member?
This is Mr. Steyer's case, pre-trial.
Your Honor, when we were last here, the state had agreed to dismiss the older of the two charges upon payment of court costs, which Ms. O'Brien did not have that day. She has paid it today, presented me with a receipt showing that the court costs on that case had been paid. On this matter, we were going to see if the victim appeared.
Mariah Hudson?
I believe she was subpoenaed to be here today.
Mariah Hudson? Savannah member? The subpoena, and I tried to call her, and I mean, she didn't let me a voicemail when we first got the charge. But as you can see, I can't get over.
Your Honor, is there a way of knowing whether Mariah Hudson was served with this?
No, I can, if there's a return of service. There was a recipe. Wow. Mariah Hudson, let's see. I do not see a return of service, though.
The subpoena was, at least the recipe was done on May the 19th, so it's almost a month. We have had contact with Ms. Hudson, but it's been since back when the case first started. Since then, there have been numerous attempts to reach her by telephone, and we've been weren't even able to leave a message. And I don't know whether she was actually served with a subpoena or not, but we
I
sought
can't
that
tell either. It
subpoena.
looks like there was a recipe, but usually once the officer serves it, they file something with a return on it, but I don't have that.
So I think we need to nolly this without prejudice, and if it comes back up, we'll have to refile it, but probably at this point it won't be.
Right. Any objection to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
So that's 23-247 will be nollied. 22-5, they'll both be nollied, so she did what she was supposed to do on the other 22-57, so they're both nollied. Fancy way of saying dismissed.
You're good.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Damian Fox at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23307, A and B.
Right. Mr. Morford is here, and we have a word for us, I'm hoping.
Thanks to John, we've called the jail and also talked to Greta, the adult probation officer, Your Honor. She is going to relay to one of the officers there that Mr. Fox is ready to have a monitor put on.
Okay, so that's all that needs to happen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The holder's been lifted?
Yes.
Okay, so that should happen today, and Mr. Fox, you should be getting out to go to treatment, and that was at Bethesda, from my recollection.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have somebody from Bethesda here to make arrangements to get him picked up.
I understand that Bethesda's just waiting for a phone call, Judge. As soon as they get it that Mr. Fox is ready, they're going to go get him and place him in inpatient.
Okay, it looks like Mr. Fox is cleared now. Bethesda can pick him up this afternoon
Yes, sir.
and coordinate. He's going to have an ankle monitor replaced. So.
Okay.
All right. So we need to set another hearing.
Please.
To monitor his progress. June 30th.
That's good here, Judge.
All right, June 30th will be the next hearing.
You don't have to do any other paperwork.
No, we've already,
Everything's done.
we did our release and everything.
Okay.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Butch.
All right, Mr. Fox, everything's been done here for a release, for you to get an ankle monitor. That should happen this afternoon. And Bethesda is here. They're gonna pick you up. You'll be going there this afternoon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Cody Perky from Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23319.
This is Mr. Scott's case, and you had a chance to talk to Mr. Perky.
We have, Your Honor, explained the situation to Mr. Perky. He agrees it is in his best interest that we wait until the 28th, conduct his parole hearing, and then come back for the pretrial we discussed.
Okay, so I think that was July 3rd.
That's correct, Your Honor.
You're on board with that now, Mr. Perky?
Joe,
All right, July 3rd, you're not ecstatic about it, but you're on board. So July 3rd will be your next hearing here at 10 o'clock. Good luck at your parole hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Harold Weaver, case number TRC 23198, A, B, C, and D.
This is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this is a first offense OVI with a refusal and some allied charges. The state has made an offer that Mr. Weaver is able to accept for a recommended sentence, which would be 20 days in jail, suspended to the 3-day school, a fine at your discretion, 30 hours community service, and a 6-month license suspension. In addition, can you get that paper from the... One of the charges is distracted driving, and Mr. Weaver took the initiative, Your Honor, to take a distracted driving course and completed that. So I don't know to what degree that enters into the court's.
I'm fine with dismissing it if the state's okay with it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you take that on your phone?
No, I did it on a PC.
That's a joke. I mean, you can take the distracted driving course on the phone.
That's good.
Yeah. This is not a refusal. I apologize, Your Honor. I misspoke. This was a urine screen test. Urine screen case. I misspoke. I apologize.
What were the results on
The results showed heroin metabolite, fentanyl, norfentanyl, morphine.
Okay, well, I think we need some treatment.
He is already enrolled, Your Honor, at Ultimate Treatment Center in Ashland. It is a methadone clinic. He is prescribed 95 milligrams daily. As long as counseling, Your Honor.
Yeah, they don't do much counseling in my experience. They tell you when to come back to get your next methadone treatment. Have you been taking this for a while, or did you start this one this season?
When was the incident? I've been enrolled since the March 23rd.
Okay.
And this, Your Honor, happened in February.
That's a pretty high level, 95 milligrams, is a lot.
You live in Kentucky, you have a Kentucky medical card? He has a Kentucky medical card, Your Honor.
I'd like to see you get off of methadone, even if you went to another, like Suboxone or something. Here's the problem that I see locally. I don't see, I'm not an addiction specialist, but I've been around it for a while, and I've learned some stuff. My personal feeling is methadone, I think, can be used appropriately as what's called an agonist. But I don't think locally it is. I don't see any places that are doing anything but just giving people what they want and keep upping the dose and keep them on methadone for years and years and years, with no goal of ever getting them to come down, but always upping the dosage over time. And I don't think that's appropriate.
If I may, Your Honor, and I don't know how one goes about transferring from one to the other, but Ultimate Treatment Center does offer Suboxone treatment. So the same place does, so that may be so, I don't know enough to know if it's something where you can
He
use
has to get down
Suboxone.
to- My understanding is he has to get down to 35 milligrams before he can get switched to Suboxone.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Because if he went right now, he'd go into some sort of withdrawal.
Right.
So I think that would be preferable. Well, my preferred treater in Kentucky would be ARC, Addiction Recovery Care.
Do they have anyone here today, Your Honor?
I don't think they did. So, but I wanted to go there to get an assessment. The problem is, I don't know for sure that they'll even want to deal with him since he's on methadone. Some providers don't even want to deal with anybody that's on methadone. Will you talk with him and go meet with Mr. Gwynn. He's volunteered to be the go-between. Let's see what we can set up with ARC and come back and finalize it after he's done. Well, it's not, it's RRS now.
Oh, I didn't know that was the same place.
Yeah, it's Riverside, Riverside, it's RRS now, is that? Yes. Okay, RRS.
Oh, okay, I'd seen RRS, I just didn't know it was the same people.
Yeah, go, Mr. Weaver, go talk to Mr. Gwynn and help, see what he can help you with, and we'll come back.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Kelly Doss at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRB 22694, CRB 22671, CRA 22670, and Tia Hammond is on deck.
I got a text from Don Batiste that he's been taken back to jail a few minutes ago, Judge. He should be right there. That is him. Judge, I discussed with Mr. Hill, he got a 180-day prison sentence on Wednesday, and we asked that the cases here be concluded or run concurrent with that time so we can clear up whatever's pending in your court.
Okay, well, one of these is a felony, I think. So you got 22,694, well, maybe that was already sent down. That was an older case. 22,671 was obstruction.
And if it's pending, he would enter a plea to it.
There was a violation of protection order. The burglary got nollie, so that was the felony. So it looks like the only things here were misdemeanors left. And he'd actually already entered a plea on all of them, it looks like. He just has fines and court costs and so forth. So what I'm willing to do, and I assume the state's on board with this, is this order these completed with the jail sentence that he's getting from common pleas.
We don't oppose that.
And I discussed that earlier with Mr. Dawson. He's on board with that, Judge. Frank Kelly?
So I did at the same time, no paper, no nothing?
That'd be correct.
Your cases here are completed due to the jail time you're serving for common pleas.
That sounds good to me.
I don't know how you could get any better deal than that.
You can.
I don't think I could. I just told my old lady, like, no paper, no what? I was like, no, you better write it up. Like, not going to.
So you'll have a clean start and keep it clean when you come out.
Yeah, and I just come home before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, December 14th, we did the math, yes. See you, Kelly.
Okay. Good luck.
Not right.
State of Ohio versus Tia Hammond, case number CRA 23365, A, B, C, D, and E. And Christopher Meade is on deck.
Okay, so this is an arraignment. Ma'am, are you Tia Hammond? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I can. My name's Judge Capper. I'm the judge at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is where your charges are filed. And we're doing what's called an arraignment hearing for you by teleconference. Your image and your voice are all being seen and heard here in the courtroom, and it's all being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, they're on the record, can be used against you if you admit something. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things? Okay, I'm going to go over your charges. You should get a copy of the charges. They were faxed to the jail just about 6 minutes ago, so not very long ago, so they should be there in the jail if they're not in your hand. And I'm going to go over them so you understand what's being alleged. First case, 365A, alleges June the 14th in Union Township, knowing there was a proceeding or investigation underway or about to be started, you altered or concealed the thing with the purpose to impair its availability as evidence in that proceeding. That's tampering with evidence. It's a felony of the third degree. Maximum penalty, 5 years in jail, $8,000 fine. 365B is receiving stolen property. It alleges that you did receive or retain a 1996 Ford Ecoline van. Well, it may not be a van. Ecoline E150, I think that's a van.
Econoline, I believe it might be.
That you knew or should have known belonged to someone else, and had been obtained by a theft offense. So that's a felony of the fourth degree. Maximum penalty for that's 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. 365C is another count of receiving stolen property, and that's due to the license plate that was on the vehicle. Apparently was alleged to be same pop. That's a felony 5, actually. Maximum penalty 1 year in jail, $2,500 fine. 365D alleges you were in possession of drugs, methamphetamine, which is a Schedule II substance. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. And that, okay, there's an E, so we keep going. The E case alleges possession of heroin. Same time and place that you were in possession of heroin, a Schedule I substance. Maximum penalty a year in jail, $2,500 fine. And that looks like the last charge. Do you understand these charges, ma'am?
Yeah.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer? Do you have a job?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm sorry, I'm
I couldn't understand what you said. Could you repeat that, please?
yeah, I'm a subcontractor.
Self-contractor doing what?
I do property maintenance on houses.
What do you make, and do you get paid by the week, by the hour? How do you get paid?
By job.
So what do you make in an average week?
It all depends on the job I have in the week.
Okay, well, I have to determine your gross annual income. Do you know what that is?
So it's probably, I would say around, 2,200, 2,500, maybe a month.
Okay, so you're making over $25,000 a year? Gross?
Probably not.
Well,
I'd say,
2 times 12 is 20. I was never good at math, or I would have went to med school. But I know 2 times 12 is 24, and you said you made more than 2.
well, I'm just saying, like, it all depends on, it depends on the
the job or the one, things like that. I would say roughly around a year, I might make, sometimes I make around 15,000, sometimes I make around 25,000, it all depends.
Do you have any dependents?
No,
You're a single person?
yes.
Okay, do you file an income tax return?
Yeah, this past year I filed my income tax, so it was, I think, 12,000.
Okay, well, that would qualify you. So I'll provisionally appoint a lawyer. You'll have to fill out an affidavit verifying what your income is.
Yeah, my last year's taxes was 11,000.
All right, Mr. Smith, I don't think I've appointed you. Yes, sir. I'm appointing Attorney Roger Smith, who's here in the courtroom. He's going to be your lawyer. And I've got an Ashland address for you, is that right?
Yeah,
502 Broome Street?
yeah.
What's the state's position on bond for Ms. Hammond?
Your Honor, Ms. Hammond, according to what I've been told by the prosecutor's office, has an extensive criminal history, first of all. And these charges, this is a stolen vehicle that she was in. We've located the owner of that vehicle, and it was genuinely stolen. So we would ask for a $15,000 cash assurance bond.
Okay, I'll set that as the bond now.
Judge, I will call out, excuse me, and speak with her, but assuming she can't make it, I'm here Tuesday and Friday of next week for the prelim.
And when did you come into jail, Ms. Hammond?
Wednesday.
So we'd have to do it by Friday of next week. And I've seen probably what you prefer.
Well,
That's the 23rd. She will have been in 9 days then.
I'm good.
23rd. All right, June 23rd, I'm going to set your next one on June 23rd. Do you want to talk to a bail bondsman? Do you think you might be able to postpone? Okay. Your lawyer is going to call to the jail
Yes.
and talk to you. If you make bond, you got to be at the court in Chesapeake, Lawrence County Municipal Court, June 23rd at 10 a.m. Of course, if you're not posting bond, I'll see you through either through teleconference or here in person at the court on next Friday. That's all.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Christopher J. Meade, case number CRB 23-363.
Are we done?
We are done. Sir, you're Christopher Meade. Mr. Meade, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. This is your arraignment hearing. You don't have to say anything today. You have a right to remain silent. If you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those rights? The charge is domestic violence. The state has filed case number 23-363, which was faxed to the jail about an hour ago. So you should have it, or it should be there, the jail will be able to give it to you. I'm going to read it to you. It says that on June the 14th in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Courtney Corbin. And that Courtney is either a member of your family or lives in your household. It's a domestic violence case, maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge, sir? You understand your rights? How do you plead to this charge?
I'm not sure, like, what's going on with me there.
Well, if you're not, let me just interrupt you. If you're not sure what you should do, you should enter a not guilty plea. That's the safest plea you can enter. Not guilty is what you should enter if you're not sure what to do. Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
I do not have a job, I'm still on deck.
I'll appoint Mr. Morford. Mr. Morford will be your lawyer. He's here in court. He's heard what we've been talking about. State asking for a protection order.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to state that we've had a phone contact with Ms. Corbin, and she told my assistant that she wanted to drop the charges and doesn't want a protection order, but she was advised to give us something in writing. She was supposed to email that to Sarah, and that hasn't happened. So I'm not confident that that was really her wishes at the time that she told Sarah that, without something more either her being here or something in writing. So we're going to ask that there be a protection order until we hear otherwise from her.
Mr. Meade, do you have a place to live other than with Courtney?
Yes.
Where would that be?
My mother's house.
Where does she live?
She lives, 79,000 President Block.
South Point?
Yep.
Okay. At least initially, I'm going to order that you stay away from Courtney so that there's no further alleged incidents. And come back for a pretrial. July 7th.
I have a divorce trial then, Judge.
July 10th.
I'm here then.
July the 10th, the second Monday in July. We'll have a hearing in the court of Chesapeake. You know where that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, be here then. Do you want a phone number? Your attorney would like a phone number where he can reach you.
It's not hard, but as soon as, once I get, I'm 740, 7257.
Do you have-
7257?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any alternate numbers where you can be reached? What about your mother's number?
She just got a new phone number, so I don't know anything right now.
Okay. All right, be at the court July 10th, and he can sign a $1,000 OR bond, and you're ordered to stay away from Courtney.
And Your Honor, we'd also ask that his release be dependent on him signing the protection order as well.
So there'll be a protection order sent down to the jail, and you'll need to sign that before you leave the jail today.
Mr. Meade, I want to make sure you understand that the court issued a no contact order. Right now, you can't go around Ms. Corbin. You can't have somebody do it. Hands off until this is resolved.
The first party, this is the party.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that's all. Thank you, sir. Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Kevin T. Donnelly, case number CRB 23364.
Let's go.
Sir, you Kevin Donnelly?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Donnelly, this is a disorderly conduct charge filed against you. It alleges that at Perry Township on June 13th, You were voluntarily intoxicated in a public place in the presence of other people and caused them inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. And that you should have known that it was likely to have that effect on other persons, and that it was committed in the presence of a law enforcement officer. So that's a 4th degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights? How do you plead?
Not guilty?
You want a lawyer appointed?
Yeah.
You have a job?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work at Big Ten Construction, we roof,
You get paid by the hour?
by weekly.
Is it a salary then, or by the hour?
Just by the day, I get paid by the
How much
day,
do you get paid a day?
$100. So I make like
Okay.
$500 a week, usually.
Do you have any dependents?
I don't know what that means, sir.
Children or anyone
Oh, no.
dependent on you for income? How long have you worked there?
Like about a month. I've worked there about a month now.
Okay, so you're making about $26,000 a year, it looks like. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Gross? Do you have any money saved?
No, sir.
What did you do before this job?
I done concrete work.
Were you paid by the hour for that?
Yeah. I think it was, I think I made $11 an hour there. It was all under the table.
Okay, because this job is fairly new, I'll go ahead and appoint counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Holt. This is Kevin Donnelly. It's a jailable disorder of conduct. You can sign $1,000 signature bond. And so we'll need to set this pretty quickly. There's a fairly short time frame. Next Friday, are you available?
Let me check, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have a morning hearing in Sauter County. I will be here on the 26th.
June 26th for a pre-trial. 10 o'clock. You can sign 1,000 OR.
He did, Your Honor. I did it for that. 26th. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Justin Edney, case number CRB 23362. Companion case, State of Ohio versus Alexis Edney, case number CRB 23361.
So you're Justin Edney?
Justice Edney, Your Honor.
Justice.
Yes, sir.
I.S.
Yes, sir.
Alexis Edney?
All right, so you're both charged with domestic violence, first-degree misdemeanor, and it's alleged this happened at Rome Township, June 14th, that each of you not only tried to cause physical harm to the other, and that you're members of the same family or household. The maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you each understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you each plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Do you want lawyers appointed?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Do you each work?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a manager for Cookout.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
I'm not paid by the hour, I'm salary.
Okay. How much is your salary?
$2,700 a week.
Okay. You all have children?
Yes, sir.
How many?
Together, 2.
And you have other children?
I have 1 more.
Okay, you're going to be eligible. How about you, man? What's your
I
employment?
work at NCA,
What's that?
medical billing and coding.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
15,
How many hours a week?
40.
And you all have 2 children? Okay, I'll appoint lawyers for both Mr. Stratton, I'll appoint you for Mr. Edney, and Mr. Steyer for Mrs. Smith. Not guilty pleas are entered for both.
If I just want to drop the charges, do we have to come back or can we do that now?
Well, this will be resolved. Okay.
Protective order.
I don't.
You don't want to shoot?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe either party would like a protective order against the other.
Okay. We agree on a date to come back for next hearing, and I'm looking in July.
Any day in July for me, Your Honor.
Mr. Steyer? I'd like to keep the 3rd now off base.
7th, 10th are fine, 14th.
Let's do the 10th.
Is Monday or Friday better for either of you? Does it make a difference?
I can work around whatever.
10th is fine then, Your Honor.
July 10th will be the next hearing. The pretrial at 10 o'clock. Is there any issues that need to be ironed out here while we're here together and advocate for living arrangements, property, anything like that?
Anything like that?
Living arrangements and my kids.
Oh, where are you staying?
I've been staying at the house.
Do you have somewhere, well, does he have somewhere else to stay or?
Yeah, I can stay somewhere. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, he has somewhere else to stay, Your Honor, so.
Okay. Anything else? Any vehicles, property, anything like that that we need to look at?
He wants to come and get some of his stuff, Your Honor, probably clothes and.
Well, if there's no protective order, I think we can probably
Yeah.
figure that out without a problem, I would expect.
Yeah.
Okay, can we do that?
That'd be okay? All right.
All right, July 10th will be the next
Thank
hearing.
you. So I'm going to get your
Step outside and talk.
in the lobby, basically.
State of Ohio versus Dustin Branham, case number CRB 12-1046.
Okay, we got a letter from your employer. It looks like you are Dustin Branham.
Yes, sir.
You missed a hearing back in 2018 on a review
Yes, sir.
on a theft offense. And warrant had been issued and outstanding. It looks like you got picked up on that warrant and had to post a bond.
Yes, sir.
Do you admit or deny you failed to appear for your hearing back in 2018?
I did fail to appear for it.
Do you have an explanation for that?
Yes, sir. So in 2018, I was in jail for 41 days. I lost my job. Whenever I got out, I was kind of living place to place. And I was living in Louisa and couldn't make it. I have since put myself through school, got my degree, started work. I've been employed for 3 years at the same place. moved closer. At first I couldn't get here, and then honestly I kind of, I guess, forgot, and I would think about it from time to time and make a payment, but you know, I take responsibility for missing it and trying to just get it cleared up. I paid all my fines and everything yesterday.
Okay, how'd you get arrested?
I got pulled over for no seatbelt.
Okay. Did you get a citation on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that here or someplace else?
It was, I was on 93, almost to Oak Hill.
Okay, so it's in Ironton.
Yes, sir. I just, had to pay the ticket or fee.
Well, here's what I want to do, because it looks like in the past you had some drug issues, right?
Years ago, yes.
I have reports on that, so once you go take a urine screen, if you're clean, then we'll finish things up.
Okay.
So go do urine screen.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Runyon. Case number CRA 23281, CRB 23282, TRD 23511.
All right, this is on the pretrial docket. I've been contacted on and off and on and off and on and off about Mr. Runyon changing providers. So what's the status of that?
Judge, I spoke with Mr. Runyon today, and I've also spoken with Mr. Hill. Currently, he's at Bethesda, I believe, that Hometown is the one to take him inpatient, correct?
Yes, sir.
Also as an inpatient basis.
He's requesting Hometown.
He is requesting, Judge, and just to make sure that they were willing, assuming Your Honor was on board with that, they will take him as a inpatient or a residential treatment. I believe there's a misunderstanding of Bethesda. He was explaining it to me, but, you know, and I know Jeremy. I've known Jeremy for a while. And you want to explain what's the situation?
Yeah.
Probably better than I could.
So I took my treatment very seriously. I've complied on everything. I'm taking my CDCAs. There was an issue. There was a client there that started a rumor with me, because whenever they take us on our case management, we go along. He started a rumor that me and my case manager did some things together, and there was no truth to that. So it went through the place, and people were, of course, talking about it. So I talked to Carl Bowman about the issue because, you know, I've been doing good. This is serious to me. And I talked to Carl Bowman about it. He said, give it a week, let it die down. I made it clear to Mary Ellen and them. They took a report on it. And then on a Saturday, I went on my home pass visit. My counselor happened to be working our house, and she was in the garage with another client. And I got back, and another one of their staff members went back to the Joshua house, her and another client, and was joking, saying that me and this other case manager was out there having a relationship again. And she admitted to it instead of jokingly. I went to Mary Ellen again. I talked to Philip Hill about it. I went to him and Carl and told him, because, you know, I don't think I was receiving fair treatment after that there. And they tried to alleviate the situation and move the one boy to a different house that started it. It was no confrontation between me and him. This rumor has been spread. So I went to them, talked to them. They tried to move him, but then one of their staff members went on Saturday and said that me and that girl was out there having relations in the garage where there's 3 cameras. They knew there wasn't no truth. They asked me to come down and sign a statement saying it so they could take care of the staff member that spreaded it again. So I did that, and I got with Mary Ellen and Taylor and talked to them again because I was going to try to stay there and work it out, but it came up again and it was an issue, and the girl actually left her job over it because she was so upset because she didn't do nothing wrong either. And I went to them and talked to them about it, and they agreed that if I could go somewhere else, that I had been there and I was one of their best clients, I'm their big brother of the house, that it would be better for me because I don't fail no P-test. I got all my passes, I got my job still, and that they would agree to call around for me and help me too. And I went to Philip and talked to him. I was very serious about it. So this wasn't a conflict between me and a guy having confrontation over me.
It doesn't sound like he's shopping out for different providers. Sounds like a fresh start with a new.
And there was a statement signed on it, Judge, through Mary Ellen. I didn't want to bring it to light what the situation was, but I didn't want you to think that I had been any kind of confrontation with me like that. That's what it boiled down to. And there was the other staff and stuff was making fun of it, and it wasn't something to joke about.
Judge, I just
have a
got
copy
the
of the
report.
report.
Yes, and the bottom paragraph addresses, actually Bethesda made the recommendation that he go to hometown pending approval.
All right, that is in the report. What's the state's position on it?
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Runyon, we ran into each other at the courthouse the other day, and he tried to explain everything to me, and I didn't really understand exactly what he was saying to me at that time, but he was there at the probation department at that time, and he was addressing it with Carl Bowen at the time, and I just told him that the best way to handle this was to be upfront with everything and to make sure that the court knew that this was an issue before we got to the hearing date, and the court would have to make a decision on this. But I think it sounds to me like, based on this report that I've just read from Bethesda, that this incident involved one of the other clients who caused the problem with Jeremy, and that Jeremy tried to handle it in a responsible way. And we just want him to complete his recovery. We feel like he's made significant strides, and he's wanting to turn his life in that other direction, a better direction, and make it permanent. So we want to continue to encourage that.
Hometown has agreed to accept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that'll happen today?
Yes.
All right, I'll approve the change over to hometown recovery. Then
Thank
we
you.
had a prior hearing set for June 30th. Let's just keep that.
He does, and he just inquired about the ankle monitor. Can that be removed or considered to be removed possibly?
I've been on all my passes and stuff, and I've always returned no drugs, greens, nothing.
State take any position on that?
On,
Ankle monitor?
we don't take any position on it.
All right, I'll order it removed today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
See Mr. Major about that.
All right, take care. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. When we come back.
State of Ohio versus Zachary Alberts, case number CRA 22389, CRB 21347.
Mr. Morford's case.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Very good report.
In a good way.
Looks like things are going well.
Yeah. I think we're on the track we've been trying to be on for a while, Judge. He seems to have settled in at Riverside. Seems to have a good attitude about it. Always greets me when he sees me and tells me he's doing well. I keep track on him through his sister, who is my backdoor neighbor. So I'm kept up on what's going on with him pretty regularly.
Yeah, Mr. Hume?
It does sound as if he's doing very well, so he's got a lot to be proud of. I'm not sure at this point where we stand as far as the disposition of these cases. It looked to me like maybe that he'd already pled and been sentenced on November the 7th, 2022, but I might be wrong.
I think that's correct. We're just coming back on, we've been doing like pre-trials on review, I think, is what this is. And kind of my feeling is that I think he's doing really well. I hate to see, I really don't want to change things now, so I think we should just keep doing this for a little while longer. Maybe make it, we've been doing this about 4 to 6 weeks. We could make it maybe 2 months, and then eventually we'll cut you loose as far as supervision.
Okay.
But you seem to be doing really well. I want to encourage that, whatever we need to do to keep you on the right track where you are. So,
All right.
good job.
Thank you.
Why don't we look in August for the next hearing? Okay. August 14th.
I'm here then, Judge.
Okay. August 14th will be his next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good job, Mr. Alvarez.
State of Ohio versus Todd A. Daniels, case number CRB 23344.
I'm doing all right.
It's Mr. Morford's case, pre-trial.
I haven't seen her. That's when I go get my stuff. I have a blood clot on my arm. I had to get medication from my house.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's approach.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Appointment June 23rd. Yeah, right. That's what I forget what it's called. It's right down at the shopping center. Yep.
You can see that successfully. Yeah. Good job.
All right.
You look a little puzzled.
No, I just didn't know that had anything to do with anything.
I'll talk to you later.
This is a domestic violence case in which I did not commit any domestic violence. I don't understand that. It's not a drug case. Besides that, she could be assuming I'm having alcohol and drug problems. She's not a counselor. Yes, I have a drink every once in a while.
Judge, he's on board with Mr. Hill's suggestion.
Okay. How does he pay for medical care?
What is it?
How do you pay for your medical care, sir? Do you have a medical card or? You have
No, I
insurance?
don't. I'm currently not working. I have a blood clot on my lung. I'm currently not working.
Well, that sounds like something you should get some medical care for, do you?
Yeah, my job still, I guess my insurance is still through my job. They have
Oh, so
it.
you have health insurance then?
Yeah.
And you are an Ohio resident?
Yes.
Well, you can go to OBP, they will have health insurance. There's one there in Proctorville. You live in Proctorville, right?
No. South Point.
Oh, I had a Proctorville, okay, I think you told me the last time, you're
Yeah.
239 Township Road, 1286.
Yep.
Here's your choices for health, if you have health insurance. OBP, Valley Health over in Huntington, Proact in Huntington,
For what?
getting treatment.
I have a enrollment on the 23rd. That's what I just told him.
Where?
Pathway.
Pat, okay. And they'll take your insurance?
Yeah.
Okay. That, they're fairly new, but that's acceptable. So come back in a month?
Please, Judge.
So you're gonna go to Path, and they'll give me reports as to what you're doing.
Yeah, I already been there. I have an assessment on the 23rd.
Okay, July 17th will be your next hearing. Well, I think that's a bad day. Is that a bad day for you?
Divorce trial, yes, Judge.
All right, we'll do the 10th, July 10th.
That's good. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Alicia Spears, case number CRA 23-250, A and B.
And you're going to sober living here?
Because I graduated VP today.
Excellent.
Do I have a tough one?
304.
What is it?
544.
544.
5544.
That's pretty easy to remember.
Okay, I've got the report from OVP, that's good.
No, Your Honor.
Not court next week.
You have,
May 31st was a summons issue. That's the last thing on the docket, common pleas court.
she says she has court next week, Judge. I
Okay.
somebody Wednesday should be arraigned.
You know who your judge will be?
Judge Finley.
Okay. When do you want to come back? And Mr. Wilson, after that, I'm assuming.
Yes, please, Judge, because that's going to factor in how we proceed here.
What was that date again?
I think it's the
Next Wednesday.
22nd,
Okay.
next Wednesday.
July 10th?
Next Wednesday?
That July 10th is going to be your next hearing.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully we'll know more about your common pleas case by then. Keep doing what you're doing with OVP, and you're going into transitional, right?
Yeah, I'm leaving OVP this afternoon. I graduate today, and then I'm going to sober leaving right after.
Okay. Will you be doing any outpatient with OVP, or will you?
It's another, I'm doing outpatient with them, and I'm doing PROACT because I got the Sublocade shot,
Okay.
so.
Are you going to be living close to?
It's 23rd Street and 9th Avenue in Huntington because
Okay.
my insurance is through West Virginia.
So you can walk to OVP?
Yeah.
All right. Good plan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Carl Tooley II, case number CRB 23325.
Put yourself back.
It's a good report, Mr. Toole.
Thank you.
Richard told me.
You have one? Oh, you have one, 3 of them, man.
And he's just getting started with this, so.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Just getting started, he's not expected to graduate for a while.
Oh, no, we're early on.
July 24th?
I'm pre-event, Judge.
July 24th. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Is that a sentencing hearing? My notes indicate the end of the guilty
Yeah,
plea.
we shouldn't mark it as sentencing. Actually, it's already on the
ankle monitor.
Judge, he's asking me if there's any determination yet as to how long he might be on an ankle bracelet. Is it possibly time for it to come off, or?
Mr. Hill?
Well, this case is fairly new, and if I recall correctly, when we found Mr. Tooley, he was kind of in a bad situation. He appears to be doing a whole lot better now. I'd hate to think that at this point we would ease up on it and then he'd fall back where he was. Even though he says he won't do that, I understand he doesn't think he'll do that. I'd prefer that we leave it on. Of course, when's the next hearing? July the 24th? So I don't know. That's quite a ways away also.
We could shorten it up and look at that issue.
That would suit us if we did
Okay,
that.
could I have the file back, please? July 10th, and we'll look at the issue then of removal of the ankle monitor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
July 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Craver.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kelly R. Mintz, case number CRB 2366 A, B, and C, CRB 18326.
All right, Ms. Mintz has a review hearing that was set for June 9th. Looks like she missed that. She's here today, a week later. All right, Ms. Mintz, do you admit you missed your hearing on June 9th?
Yes, sir, I'm so sorry, I got the dates mixed up. I thought it was this Friday with my board.
Okay, and where are you now? Where are you calling in?
Georgia,
Okay.
I moved to Georgia, but I'm actually moving back, so I wanted to let you know that in the next week or two, that I'm going to go ahead and get some of my community service taken care of and get something on my mind, because that's the only thing I need to do to clear this up.
Do you know what your address will be when you move back?
Yeah, it's 4902 State Route 7.
What's the post office?
What is it?
What post office is that? Proctorville, Chesapeake, South Point?
I think it's that.
Okay, you still have fines, court costs, and some community service to do. I'll cancel any
Yes,
warrant. I'll set your next hearing for July 17th. So that's the, that's the
Okay, I'm gonna.
third Monday in July, July 17th at 9 o'clock.
July 17th. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cody Lucas, case number CRB 23366.
Cameron Lucas.
And sir, you Cody Lucas?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lucas, you just were handed a copy of the charge. It alleges that on June 14th, you know caused or tried to cause physical harm to Cameron Lucas, who's either a member of your family or household. It's a domestic violence charge, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead the charge?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed?
Yes, please.
Do you have a job?
I did, not currently work until this is resolved.
Where did you work before?
I was a home health aide at A&L.
Okay. So you have no income now?
No, not until this is resolved.
Your Honor, I'm representing Mr. Lucas on another charge already.
In this court?
Is that in this court?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'll appoint you, Mr. Steyer. Not guilty plea is entered. You have a court date do you have a date to come back to court on the other matter?
I do. Give me the 30th, Your Honor.
All right, June 30th. Be a pretrial at 10 o'clock, and he has posted a bond, so that bond continues their protection order requested.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have somewhere to be.
I've been staying.
Can you continue to?
Yeah.
For copy?
Yeah, I guess.
Through the 30th at least.
Yeah, can we talk about that? I call the record after.
Yeah, we'll have to talk in a second. Okay. And Your Honor, he's staying elsewhere and can continue to do so for the moment. Sign your name here and here, please. This is a protective order. And then don't leave until you get a copy of this. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further from the defense at the moment, Your Honor.
June 30th at 10 o'clock, same hearing.
Thank you. Yeah, same, it should be one hearing.
Okay.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus recalls Benjamin L. Shepherd, CRB 23240.
Hey, there you go. Good, good. Did you get that OVP counseling letter that we needed for last time?
I was running pretty late, but I've been there every week.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, he was running late today. He didn't have his OVP counseling letter. He's taking counseling at OVP.
I did get a text.
Oh, did you get a text? Okay, great.
Well, she says I'm sending letters on Alicia Spears and Christopher Blood. Doesn't say anything about him. So I don't have a report on him.
Okay. What do you want to do, Philip?
I don't know.
He's left.
Continuing a short time.
Your Honor, let's have a short continuance of this, maybe even in the next week or two.
I can run back and get it.
That's all right, we'll just reset it. Maybe Friday or Monday, or I mean Tuesday.
That's probably not too bad, one to say.
You want to do the 23rd?
We could, I don't know if you could get a report by then, but the 20th,
Oh, yeah, we'll have a report by the 20th, Your Honor. We can do the 20th.
it's coming Tuesday.
Yeah, my trial got continued, so.
We'll set this for June 20th, and I can actually text Ms.
Let's have a letter.
Nan and ask her to get us a report by then. too.
You'll have a letter by then, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
You're good.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey Moore II, case number CRE 21412A and B, BRC 2814. It's Mr. Holt's case.
I've got a certificate of completion dated today.
So, Your Honor, last time we were here, we said if Mr. Moore continued to do well and graduated, that we would be able to reach a resolution this matter.
Your Honor, the domestic violence charge is currently a third-degree felony, so we were not willing to dismiss it altogether if he were successful, but we would move to amend it to a misdemeanor and recommend a suspended jail sentence if he were to agree to do that today, and we would move to dismiss the felony possession charge outright if he's willing to do that today.
Your Honor, we're agreeable with that. I believe the suspended jail sentence we discussed was 10 days. And also, Mr. Moore has spent, and would ask the court for this. I don't think the state's is opposed to this, but ask that, since Mr. Moore's done so much and been on paper for quite a while, we'd ask that since we'd forfeit the probation term, or once he paid the fine or the court cost off, we could possibly waive that. Because this occurred quite a while ago.
He's got 3 days of community service left to do too.
Well, I asked Mr. Majors last time I was here, and he said it was done.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm looking at what's in the file.
I can check it out.
Okay. You want to check and come back?
Sure.
Okay. Go meet with Mr. Cooper, Mr. Major, and we'll come back if there's a problem.
Thank you, John.
We'll come back anyway, whether there's a problem or not. We'll come back and finalize it. Okay, we have sentencing now.
State of Ohio versus Brian Montrosa, case number CRD 1733, CRD 15543 A and B, CRD 14593, and TRC 111387.
Since this started.
Had you sent those pictures? I've got them on my phone, right painted up. Can you open that up? I have to say Google. I have to say Google. When I was doing it.
What's this say? What is this? Well, is this a room here? I don't know what's going on.
You owed him some things, a prior case.
Miss Court. Miss Court.
Well, I believe you owe some money on a prior case.
Yeah, but I missed court on that day.
When can you start making some payments towards that?
Well, I usually pay, I'll pay every time I come. I always pay on every time I come to court. I can pay some today, like that, I get much.
Judge, I think that the sentencing was 623, and the prosecutor, I believe that we're here for a review. I believe he owes you some obligations from an earlier court case, or perhaps more than one.
I missed court. I missed
That's
court.
more than missing court.
But I mean, yeah, but
Well, I think the reason he's on the sentencing docket is because he missed, got a warrant, and he got Mr. Sowers to get him out of the Who Scout by posting a bond, so then that puts him on the sentencing.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now he just needs to start working on getting them all off and not getting any new ones, and then he can quit coming to these hearings.
I don't like him.
Pay the man what's owed to the court.
Make a payment today?
I got about $9 on me. That's all I got.
We got cases going back to 2011, it looks like. They're still owed on? Okay.
It's summertime, I'll be able to pay a little bit more now, because I've landscaped the summer that when I couldn't do it before, but that's what I'll be doing, landscaping.
All right. Go pay your $5, set your next hearing for July 10th.
Okay. Thank you very
I
much.
don't really think it's necessary, Mr. Morford, for you to be with them. It's up to you. They're kind of like review hearings, but they're sentencings, because that tells me then he's got a bond up that I can get him back in here if he doesn't show up.
We'll set it for 10 then, Judge.
Yes. They are set.
Thank you very much.
I'll make sure you made some payments. Do you have community service?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do community service, work it off too.
Fairgrounds, can I go to the fairgrounds? I worked at the fairgrounds when they had that
Mr.
hall.
Cooper.
I did work at the fairgrounds doing that one thing. I don't know if they put me down or not.
You can walk there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can.
State of Ohio recalls Jeffrey Gordon II, case number CRA 21-412 A and B, DRC
Yes, sir.
2814.
Your Honor, he had done his community service. I put an updated form. Where it's sentencing, it don't normally get updated.
All right. He pays off his fines, which, he pays everything, once he's paid everything off, then we'll terminate.
They're paid off.
The court costs on this one.
Oh, and this
You
one?
got this one too, right?
135 will be the court cost. Okay.
Okay, so let's deal with CRA 21-412, A and B. So the state's going to move to amend the A case with domestic violence to what level?
First degree misdemeanor.
M1?
Yes.
Is that the same section number?
It is. And to that amended charge, what's included?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And what was recommended on the sentencing for the domestic?
It was 10 days suspended.
10 days in jail suspended, Your Honor.
Any fine?
We wouldn't take a position on the fine. Court costs, however, we would ask.
Okay, I'll impose a $150 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail suspended. Level 5 probation. Well, the standard's 2 years, we can terminate it once he finishes everything. Is there any recommended continued treatment with Southern Hope?
We always recommend outpatient just for a foundation.
Okay. I think with your history, you need to continue to do that.
I already did, Your Honor. I'm doing outpatient with him.
Okay. Okay, I'll set a review hearing for September the 19th. I'm sorry, September the 18th on that.
September 18th or 19th?
18th. And before I terminate probation, I'd like to see one final report from, just to make sure you're continuing with what you say you're doing.
Sure.
You don't have to come back in and report other than that on the 18th. And then on the B case, that's going to be dismissed outright.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On 28/14, I'm terminating your probation on that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Order it completed. Okay, I'll just say this, you've done really well. Now it's kind of a dangerous period though, because you know, every time people step down in supervision or accountability to other folks, I feel like it's a time where you can slip up and go back to some of the old problems that you had. So you got to, I mean, you got to do this for you and your family.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I'm sick and tired of this. Like, I'm fed up.
Okay?
I'm fed up with
Make that work, and you know, it looks like you're on the right track. Continue with your support. You've got a lot of support built in. I know you got family that care about you, and that will help you. If you need, you've got people you just pick up the phone and call when you need some help. Call the right people. Call Arlen. If you got a problem, call Arlen. Don't call some of those bugs. You know, I had a guy in here the other day said, yeah, he got out, and people brought him stuff. People used to sell him stuff, brought it to him, gave it to him. Why? Because they want to get him back in the game again.
Yeah.
Don't call your old buds.
I don't have any friends. That's the thing.
Okay, well,
That's those people were just trying to use me to get something that, you know, that I had to offer them, and that's not a friend.
No, it isn't. So hang out with the right people, do the right thing, and if you feel like you're going to make a mistake, call somebody that's going to give you the advice you know you need, like Arlen.
Yeah.
He's a relative of yours, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you've got him right there. You can always call on. There's other folks you know you can call on too. But you've done well. I don't want to take away from that. That's a caution. So keep it up, and you probably need to check in with Mr. Major anyway and get your paperwork on this last one.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate you.
State of Ohio recalls Dustin Branham, case number CRB 121046. Dustin Branham.
Your Honor, if I may, he was ordered to do a urine screen, and I believe he took off.
I don't think he liked the results, Your Honor.
Well, with this letter to from his employer, supposedly, I was kind of surprised.
Well, he wanted to argue about the results.
Yeah. Okay. And he has a bond up now, so I will inform Mr. Sowers. So issue a warrant. Bond forfeiture hearing July the 10th. Is the Wi-Fi out?
State of Ohio versus Kara Hearn, case number CRB 2381.
Okay, I think this is probably the right thing to do. So she's just getting started now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your Honor, she's always been willing and wanting to. It's been a struggle, but she has the right attitude about it.
Okay, I understand, and I think that's a big step, that she wants to make a difference in her life.
Yes.
That's the first thing you gotta do, so keep working with you. So, let's come back. Maybe 3 weeks,
Yes.
July 7th.
7th. July 7th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
State of Ohio versus Michael W. Smith, case number TRC 22-2716, A, B, and C.
Sean. Sorry. This is secure.
It's a sentence.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Your Honor, this matter had been, previously we entered a plea and we delayed sentencing in order to allow Mr. Smith to bring in proof of insurance. I have the proof of insurance here, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna conclude sentencing then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it was amended from an OBI to a reckless operation. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he went to the dip school before too. And now I guess he does, you can show proof of insurance.
And he pled guilty.
Pleading guilty to the.
He pled guilty to the amended charge on a previous occasion.
Okay. He's flying around.
And there was no driver's license and failure to control also. Is that right?
Motorcycle's license? It was a no motorcycle
No
license.
motorcycle endorsement?
Yeah.
Okay, $150 fine on the reckless operation, court costs. Then on the B case, $30 fine. C case was failure to control, $20 fine. Does he need time to pay, or?
Do you need time to pay that? We can pay it now. He can pay that today, Your Honor.
All right, no probation or anything, then just see the clerk pay today and the case is concluded.
Thank you. Okay, you're free to go.
Thank you. See the clerk. Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Weaver can be recalled now, Your Honor, as well.
Okay. Okay, we've misplaced the file.
State of Ohio versus Julianne Pritchard,
Have a seat.
case number CRB 14468, CRB 11365, and CRB 09570. Did not check in, Your Honor.
All right, this is on the sentencing docket, so probably means she has a bond up. She does. So it'll be a benchmark for Julie A. Pritchard. She has a bond with Mr. Sowers also.
What was that case number, Your Honor?
14, she has a bunch of them. 14468, 11365, 09570.
Which Julie Pritchard?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just do that one then I'll. Instead of bond forfeiture hearing?
Yeah.
Said, where that said the other one for July 10th?
Yes.
Set the same day.
State of Ohio versus Kara Wallace, case number TRD 2328, CRC 222589, A and B.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I believe Mr. Sowers is on vacation, so.
Yes. He's getting texts. so-
Yeah, which, I don't know if you're making his vacation very enjoyable.
Yeah. Think of all the stuff he's had to do when he comes back.
Yeah. On this case, Your Honor, I was appointed to the original case, and then Mr. Steyer is appointed to the, I think, the failure to appear on it. So she's at Riverside, or, yeah, sorry. Did you give Judge a copy?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like a work in progress, Your Honor, so some positive things. Well, I'm not sure what to make of this report.
Your Honor, the only reason why it says she's not complying is where she hasn't submitted for a urinalysis. She's making good progress. She's compliant with her mental health treatment. She's been in constant communication with her counselor, and
Okay, well, do we need to do one here? Wouldn't hurt?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay, all right, get the urine screen.
Okay, who's gonna go with that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Harold Weaver, case number PRC 23-198, A, B, C, and D.
Your Honor, Mr. Weaver has been put in contact with ARC. They are willing to accept him they expect outpatient treatment, and he's willing to do that. So I think basically we can just make that a term of probation. I think would probably.
Thank you, Mr. Gwynn, for facilitating that. Anything you want to tell me, Mr. Weaver, before I finalize your sentencing?
No, sir.
Okay. He pled guilty. I'll impose a $500 fine. We're in to pay the court costs. It'll be a 6-month license suspension. No, it's got to start today. He wasn't under an automatic license suspension. 20 days in jail suspended, 5 days community service, 2 years of level 4 probation. I'm going to order him to ARC, and if he successfully completes treatment there, I'll do away with the DIP school. So, no reason to go to the DIP school if he's going to do more intensive outpatient with ARC, which I think is what he needs. It's going to help him a lot more than going to the 3-day school.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I can't give him any driving privileges because he doesn't have a license.
Right, Your Honor.
Okay, his review hearing, I want to see him earlier than I would others, so let's make it August the 14th.
That'll be at 9 o'clock.
At 9 a.m. And I'll need to get a report from ARC at that time as to what you've been doing with that. On the no operator's license, I'll impose a $100 fine. On the failure to yield, I'll impose a $20 fine. I'll dismiss the distracted driving
Thank you.
charge. August 14th, 9 o'clock, this is review. He needs to go meet with Mr. Major in the probation office.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio, Jamie A. Baker, case number CRB 23155.
Mr. Baker is here, and you don't have a lawyer, right?
What is it?
You don't have a lawyer.
No. Did you receive the papers from Shawnee? They said they were going to email it directly to you. I told them to give it to us, but
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. He has been meeting with the counselor, and they were supposed to send it
Did they have my
directly.
email?
They,
There's a couple issues. One, I've got several email addresses. Two, if somebody just sends me something out of the blue without me knowing it's coming, it might went to some sort of spam filter or
I
something.
understand. I tried to tell them that, but they insisted on doing, instead of giving it to us.
Okay. I can actually search for it on my phone. Do you know when it would have been
It
sent?
should have been sent yesterday evening today.
Oh,
It was
okay.
after his appointment yesterday that they finalized everything.
And it would have been from, it would have had Shawnee somewhere.
Shawnee Mental Health.
In the title, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
How are things going otherwise?
Very good. Very good. I got a job, so.
Good.
I can't remember his name. He's the counselor.
I'm sure several things came up, but even from spam, but nothing from them. I mean, some things that were in my spam filter, when I searched for Shawnee, but nothing, and nothing from Shawnee Mental Health. It would be better if they faxed it in, or they could send it to probation office.
Can I have them do that today? I can call
Sure.
them as soon as we walk out of here.
And you're Rachel?
Yes.
I mean, the main thing is, how are things going? Are you satisfied with how things are going?
Yes, they're doing very well. I've got a job now. I'm working with his sister, actually, and he's been doing a lot more things around the house, helping his mom out, spending more time with the kids. and just
Okay.
Lots of things. Very good. We actually had his appointment on Wednesday for his next round of visits. No complaints.
So how do you want to proceed then, Mr. Hill?
Well, I think that it would be appropriate to get something from Shawnee, whether it's the next time we come back to court or, I mean, that's probably the better way to handle it at this point. And it may be something that once we are satisfied that Mr. Baker is taking care of things as far as what Shawnee Mental Health recommends to him, and if there are no further problems in the home, then we may look at agreeing to dismiss the case at a later date.
And I see you shaking your head, so it sounds like you're agreeable.
Wonderful. Yes, I agree, 100%. And I'm going to call them as soon as I walk out this door and give them this fax number.
Well, want to come back in another couple months then?
Yes.
Is that too long, or is
I mean-
that appropriate?
Anytime, really. With my work schedule, I can request time off as long as I have 48 hours notice. So honestly, next week, no, not next week. I've got a full schedule popped up. Just probably beginning
Let's
of...
make it a month then,
a month.
approximately. So let's do it on July 17th.
Okay.
At a sentencing, and we'll set it, since we never get to you till late, let's set it at 11 instead of 10.
11? Okay. Wonderful. Perfect.
So,
Thank you.
if you have any problems, let us know.
Oh, yeah, I've got to remember what you actually told me the other day. It sounds like I don't remember.
State of Ohio versus Tyus Ferguson, case number TRC 23506, A and B.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, do you have counsel?
No, sir.
Are you going to get counsel?
I would like to.
Do you want to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
I don't know if I would qualify,
Okay. So you're asking for more time to hire a lawyer?
if that would be acceptable.
Mr. Hill?
We don't oppose that, Your Honor. And I think that acts as a time waiver.
Okay. We'll make sure we put it down, make a note of it, just in case you hire Mr. Haslam.
No question. We'll refer to the record that's being made right now.
So how much time do you think you need to finalize arrangements to get a lawyer?
I'm not really sure.
Well, you gotta tell me something. We're gonna have to, can't go on forever, so.
I know.
Have you talked to a lawyer, or?
Yeah, I've talked to a few, actually, but a month maybe. That'd be
All right. let's, I'll make it July 17th, and that's at your request. In fact, prosecutor probably would like.
What day is that?
That would be, you want a Friday? Friday, this is a Monday, July 17th.
Yeah, I'd prefer a Friday.
All right, I'll make it July 21st at your request. And what this does, since it's at your request, it tolls the state only has so long to prosecute one of these cases. But this time, the clock's not going to run because you're asking for more time to get a lawyer, so during this intervening time. So from now till July 21st, the time is not running against the state of Ohio. So July 21st will be a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
And Your Honor, just to make sure it's journalized, I prepared a time waiver.
All right, look that over, sir, and if that is what you want to do, then you need to sign it. If you don't want to do it, then I'll set it a lot sooner.
State of Ohio versus Sierra Helms, case number TRD 222711.
And Ms. Helms, you were trying to get your operator's license, right?
Yes.
Have you been able to do that?
They made me restart and get the permit. I did get the permit though, and I have to hold it for 30 days.
Okay, so do you want more time, or how do you want to do that?
I need 30 days to get, or they have to have this held for 30 days until I can get my actual license.
Okay, so you're asking for more time?
Yes, please.
So it'll be 30 days before you can even take the test?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to probably build in even more than 30 days for you to take the test and get your paperwork together and come back, and because I'm going to give you less of a penalty if you come and show me you got a driver's license. That's the goal, right? To get a driver's license. So let's make it in August. Let's actually go close to 2 months. Do you prefer a Monday or Friday? Doesn't matter.
Friday's fine.
Fridays? August 18th. And again, this is at your request, so the time is not running against the state. August 18th for sentencing. Actually, you've already pled guilty, so we'll set it at 11 o'clock. We'll never get to you at 10, so come at 11. Any questions, ma'am?
No, you don't want to see this? No.
I'll take your word for it. I'm looking for a driver's license.
Okay.
You don't have that yet, but you're working on it.
State of Ohio versus Kara Wolosik, case number TRC 222589A, TRD 2328 on the recall.
Okay, acceptable.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Progress.
No alcohol anywhere. So continue on then, right? We're going to continue on and I don't think we're ready to conclude.
No, I don't believe so.
July 17th?
Yep. Okay with that, Luke?
Yes, that'll work, Your Honor. That's, again, the day that I have Capital County, but I don't think it should be a problem. And that may not end up even happening. But right now, I'm on the docket.
July 17th at 10 o'clock.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Which judge is it?
Judge Childs, Your Honor.
Court's adjourned.
You'll have a good weekend.
So I was gonna tell you.
It's a little different than last Friday.
Don't tell you feel okay.
Oh, golly. Good. Need me for anything else?
Yeah,
Gosh, I thought you were going to, I hope you were going to say no.
I gotta just tell you. I gotta tell you one thing.
Okay.
So, I'll put that fast.
Oh, yes.
The one she pled, we got rid of her case, I don't know if she pled or not, but she paid restitution. And we have her back a couple weeks later. And we had that sentencing hearing, which, there's video and all that. Which the victim's coming to the sentencing, and then they're running the video that the neighbor took. Because that was one of the things we talked about. We wanted to see the video. And they're also bringing a bunch of statements from other neighbors. Because one of the things the defendant said, the other neighbors didn't care, and that's not true. Because, do you remember?
Oh, this is the old man that had all the dogs running around?
No, this is the girl. She's renting off the landlord. She's got a pit bull. Got out once, bit somebody, and did something to one of their animals.
Did she plead already? You're saying?
Yeah, and set for sentencing hearing. Remember, this is when the dog warden got involved. We just had her a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And they delayed sentencing because they wanted to see the video and they had the victim here since it's her second time.
But he's not bringing the video until the day of the hearing?
Well, the dog warden already had the video and seen it, and the victim has the video. But yeah, they were told to come to sentencing and bring the video.
But what if I need to see the video before the sentencing hearing, don't I? Or not?
I don't think so, no. That's not what we said. We just said to have her here with it.
Okay, I don't remember this case, but, I remember the name.
Well, all I want to know is how much relief did you feel when you finally went to use the bathroom?
Well, it was, could you hear it out here?
Well, the only thing is, the dog warden is on vacation that week.
Oh, heck.
But do we really need the dog warden?
I don't have any idea.
Because the victim's coming with the video, and he has the video too, but it's from the victim.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just let you know the dog warrant's not going to be available. Do we need to continue it?
I think we should try to get the video before that date
Okay.
of the sentencing hearing. Is that
Okay.
possible?
Yeah, of just the dog running around? That's all the
I don't
second.
remember the case, honestly.
Well, okay, so I don't know if she pled guilty or if we dismiss upon paying restitution. There's medical bills and there was also veterinarian bills. Medical bills for the victim and then vet bills for their dog. And then she comes, then it happens again. It's a neighbor situation. She pleads guilty and she was going to be sentenced that day, but that's the one we said, hey, maybe we should have the victim present. You said, have the victim here. Make sure we have the video at the sentencing hearing too. So I call Sarah and I talk to the dog warden. He's got the video, but the victim's got the video because the video was sent to the dog warden. Victim's coming and bringing the video, but I'm just saying the dog warrant's not going to be available. Do you want?
I don't care. That's fine, but statements from the other people won't mean anything either. We can't use those. We have to actually, if there are other neighbors that are upset, they need to come too.
Okay.
What date is it set for?
I think it's July 3rd that week, one day that week. So the neighbor who took the video, they need to come in because we told her, at that time, we told her just to get statements. But do we want the neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to know more about the case, I guess, in order to know anything about what to do. Because I don't remember. All I remember is that girl's name.
Okay.
And I don't remember what happened. So how about if we have a file on Monday?
Tuesday? Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Why are we getting a day off on?
Don't question our holidays. You didn't remember this case on that thing? We're trying to figure out if we need.
Yeah.
So
I know it's.
I'm just trying to figure out if we need the dog warden here. But
I really don't think so. I think it'd be okay without him.
But it's a sentencing hearing.
Yeah.
And
You know what? Could the deputy be here instead? Because I filed it based on a deputy's affidavit. So I wonder if the deputy could be here.
it depends on what the deputy saw or what happened.
Right.
Did somebody get bitten?
not the second time, no.
It was an M4 because she had a prior.
And what's the dispute? What the sentence should be? Is it
No, just because
restitution?
the dispute was when he pled, when she pled that day, you said, well, maybe we should get the victim here. You told the court that because it was such a short time span. Here we go, here, they're here again.
Okay, well,
So I.
all right. I'd like to see the video before the day of the sentencing hearing, if that's possible. Okay. If not, then we'll just go with it.
So do you want me to tell her that the witness who took the video has to be here too, in order for?
What does the video show?
Just
Can we know?
the dog running around. It's, a neighbor took
I
it.
think Josh Hardy's gonna be, I think I did a subpoena for him, so I think he's
Yes,
gonna be here.
yes.
But the dog warden, I don't really see why.
Well, and I
We don't
guess
need
the
the dog
question,
warden.
the question
Is the
Phil
speaker
said
on?
we may.
Oh.
Why would they turn it?
Oh.